welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on S3 and welcome back to another installment, in fact, the very last installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Sing! Can you believe it? The very last one of 2022, and man, oh man, has it been a year. So we actually have invited food entrepreneur Gabriela San Giorgio. She's on her way to the kitchen, but we are taking all of your questions on all things culinary this morning in the kitchen. So send us your voice notes on 063-408-8863 as we begin to prepare Gabby's roasted beetroot and roasted carrot salad, right?
That's right.
But speaking of all things kitchen, I was saying to you right now, asking whether the weight of a knife actually makes a difference. Because yesterday we were making a recipe in the kitchen, and I felt, you know that rocking motion when you do the tiger claw and you're chopping onions or herbs or whatever? Does the weight on a knife make a difference, or was that just playing out in my mind?
It absolutely makes a difference.
Okay.
And the thing is, you also want to not have a knife that's too heavy, but you should always work with a weighted knife that's heavy enough for you to handle, because then a lot of the knife is doing the work, not you and your motion.
Right.
We're trying to remove as much human error or possibilities as possible. Get a nice heavyish knife that you can actually maneuver around, and you'll always feel more confident in the kitchen.
Exactly, especially when you're chopping heavy vegetables like or
yes.
carrots.
So let's talk about it.
Please.
We're gonna do the same kind of steps as we begin this recipe. You've got some beautiful beetroot. I've got some carrots. Now, people don't need to come for me. You can totally take the ends off.
Were they gonna come for you for that?
Because they're like, Chef Clem, you didn't take off the...
How do you leave that?
It's fine, these are baby carrots.
Okay.
And you can actually eat this, it's totally fine. If you're worried about the little bit of dirt in there, you get those vegetable brushes, the same thing you use for mushrooms.
Run it under a tap of water and then blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
Okay.
but these are baby carrots, just eat it. Just eat it.
Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! No one wants to be defeated. No.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Amazing. I love that. So first things first, we can hit it with a little bit of olive oil. You got your beautiful green olive oil. You can do the same thing to your beetroot.
Oh, look at that.
When you're roasting, it's all about layering flavors. When you roast, you actually intensify the flavor of whatever you're roasting versus boiling. Sometimes when you boil carrots, most times,
removes the color.
You get orange water at the end.
Yes, exactly. So that's because the flavor is absorbed in the water.
Exactly. Okay. So when you roast, you're kind of keeping all that in there. So same thing for you. On your beetroot, a little bit of olive oil, salt. Very important, layer in that seasoning of salt. What you're going to do is you're going to add balsamic vinegar, which is beautiful because it's got those... Balsamic vinegar and beetroot go really well together because it's got a slight earthiness. The sweetness is there, but then balsamic has that twang. That's what it does. Okay. And it just like lifts up the beetroot. I'm going to add harissa. And not just any harissa, this is rose harissa.
Oh, wow. Hello.
It's got like a beautiful... It doesn't taste like potpourri. You're fine. It's not potpourri.
Wow. Okay.
It's got just a beautiful floral note in it. So that and carrots, being very sweet, they go really well together. So... give them all a mix. You know what I'm really excited about this morning?
Tell me.
Our social media question of the day, asking people to send us pictures of their Christmas decor. I'm bus like that. I want to know what's... Bus?
Bus? Excuse me? Hello?
Okay,
Hi.
I'm curious like that. I want to know what people's homes look like for the festive season. I want to see the Christmas tree. I want to see, have you, like, the decorations of what's happening? Have you got, like, gone the whole 9 yards, or you keep it subtle?
Is the house on the outside decorated with lights? And are there reindeer on your front lawn?
Do you wake up with your Christmas mug? With your Christmas jersey?
I'm still stuck on that clemism though. Bus.
It's not a clemism. Cape Town, come through.
What?
My wife is like, why does he say these things on TV?
I'm bus like that.
Bus.
Okay.
Bus. And if you really bus, like to the extreme, it's bus Sonnevilla. You don't know this?
No.
You don't know this?
What are you talking about? I love it though. I'm here for it.
It's the truth.
Oh my goodness.
Cape Town.
Please.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Sugar goes in here as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I love about, even though the beetroot's already sweet, you can add a bit of sugar. It's gonna actually enhance that sweetness. What? Cat's on something. You're on something.
It's the best sort of meal for me.
It's the best. Okay, so, so please, send us through your voice notes and send us our images. I really want to see what's happening in your...
Quick question I have now, while we're doing this. I see some, obviously, beetroot that I know. And then, what is this? What are we talking about?
We've got some candy striped beetroot, and these are delicious.
Candy striped.
We've got a little bit of balsamic on there at the moment, but the candy stripe's absolutely amazing. Same flavor, but it's just grown, it's a different type of variety. So you've got the pink purple and the white. But beetroot now, we're seeing a lot of different beetroot. The orange beetroot, the red beetroot, the purple beetroot, the candy stripe, which I absolutely love. So onto your tray. And here's the thing. Whenever you're roasting vegetables, social distance. They don't like being on top of each other.
Oh.
You got to space them out. That way they get even heat distribution, even charring. So you don't want to overlap them. That's the trick. And that's also the difference when someone says I'm making roasted vegetables, and they give you like almost a soup because they've been sitting on top of each other and it's been steaming. Give it space.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Give it space, roast it. It's going to be so delicious. That's looking amazing. So you can pop that onto your tray. We'll pop that into the oven later. We're going to make our dressings.
So now here's my problem, right? I've got some balsamic at the bottom of the bowl. Am I popping the entire thing just onto the oven tray like that? Or...
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Here we go then.
Absolutely. Get as much of the sugar, get much of that balsamic onto the tray, and it's just going to kind of caramelize and go a little jammy and sweet.
All right.
That's delicious. That's delicious. So now,
Great.
you look good. You actually got some beetroot that's already roasted.
Yes, I do.
Have you got a big spoon there? I want to see your Katlejo chef smear on your plate with your yogurt.
Okay, which is over here.
That's going to, on your big plate, on your black plate.
Oh,
that's
yes.
That's going to be like the base.
Oh. So you usually go dollop, and then you go... What? That just happened?
No, that's beautiful. Because look, it's the depth of the year. And as we moved around, we started to feel a little easy, and we thinned out a little bit. And yeah, you see those little spots over there?
Ooh.
It's the vibe.
And then we're
getting into it. That's beautiful. Guys, please, along with your Christmas photos and voice notes, if you know this saying, Bus, send Kat a voice note. Send it to our number.
I am rolling with that for the rest of my 2022.
Send it to our number.
Wow.
I want to hear this. And the camera crew at the back are going, don't you know that? We know that.
I did.
All right, okay. You've got your beautiful roasted beetroot. To that, you're gonna add some fresh red onion. You've got some red wine vinegar. You can toss that all together in your bowl, dress the beetroot, and then you can plate it on top of your yogurt. Finish up with some herbs. I've got some tahini. I've got some lemon juice. I've got some honey.
Lovely.
And I like that Gabby said, if you are vegan, please use maple syrup.
Oh,
because Gabby's looking after everyone.
Oh, of course, if you're skipping the honey.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Lovely stuff.
And this is...
Sorry, what is this again?
Red wine vinegar.
Oh, hello, pungent.
Okay. That's delicious.
Pass it around.
I've got my tahini dressing.
These are very, very fancy salads, I've got to say to you, but beautiful. I mean, look at the end result that you're getting in your bowl over there, which is...
I love it. I love it. And texture.
Yeah.
Got that softness of the beetroot,
layers.
crunchiness of the red onion. South Africa, you need to make these recipes. They are so, so delicious.
So how do I preserve this?
You clear this because I'm about to... It's going to be a masterpiece in action. I want to see this.
This is what I'm scared.
Nah.
So what do I do? Do I
just make it happen?
Okay, I'm gonna allow it to just rest. God rest ye merry gentlemen, nothing here to say. All right, if you want to catch the recipe, please find it on expressoshow.com.
That was your cue to say, if you burst and you want this recipe, expressoshow.com.
If you burst, if you burst sort of villa, you'll catch us a little bit later in the kitchen with a culinary hotline bling!
Ding, ding, ding!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the second installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ding, ding, ding! Why am I holding a brinjal? Okay, Gabby, thank you so much for the first two recipes. Those sides look amazing. The carrot and the beetroot, phenomenal.
Thank you.
But we had to bring you in because I've only made melanzane once in my whole entire life.
Once?
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought, like, let's bring you in because I want to learn today how to make the most perfect parmigiano melanzane.
See.
Okay, where do we start?
Okay, so guys, this is quite a labor of love. I'm going to put this out there. It's worth it, but it does take some time. So thankfully, we are doing this together, so make it a little bit easier. But Clem, I'm going to get you to start on the brinjal. So we're going to make it probably like 1 centimeter, half a centimeter thick.
Got you.
In terms of the brinjal, sliced lengthwise.
What should we look out for when we buy brinjals? Like, how do you know?
The bigger the better, if you can. Obviously, seasonally, sometimes they are quite small, but you want them to be larger. Otherwise, it just takes you forever. Because when you start the layering process, if they're bigger, it just covers more surface area.
And, like, purple, white, striped, does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. I probably prefer just the plain old like we have right here, to be honest. I mean, they get cooked through. It's not like you celebrating the color of it, you know, in terms of this kind of recipe.
Get you.
If you're doing one without your Parmigiana element, then maybe you go with like the stripy ones because then it looks cool. And what I'm going to be doing now is a very important element is the tomato base. Okay, guys, I know my Zias or the Tunnies in the family, sometimes guys all add sugar to the tomato. Please don't.
Don't add tomato. I mean, just sugar. Don't add sugar.
Because if you cook it long enough, you don't need the sugar.
Got you.
If
Okay.
so just, you know, take some time. You know, I've got garlic. Also, probably putting the pan on would be helpful.
Sometimes you got it. But I do also like that you're starting in a cold pot because I find that when you cook garlic
Yes.
cold in oil,
Yeah.
you get more garlic flavor.
Yes,
And I think it's almost like when you render fat, you render the flavor of the
Yes,
garlic. I do
absolutely.
like that tip. And I want to actually start doing that permanently from now on.
I absolutely did that on purpose.
Yes, you did. Okay,
Okay.
so your tomato sauce is going in and you're using passata.
We're using a passata here today. And yeah, you want it just to be slow and steady.
So what's the
simple.
difference between using passata, which is an uncooked tomato sauce, and a cooked tomato sauce? Why would you go for the uncooked version?
I don't know, I just always have, and I just feel like you're getting the more natural flavor of the tomatoes and things, so you are controlling the cooking time. And often when they've got it cooked, then they'll always have added preservatives and stuff in it, and this way I just find it a little bit more natural. Usually, most passatas is literally just passata and salt,
Love.
which is great, you know,
Yes.
so you've got your own flavor element of it. And all we've got is some garlic, olive oil, oregano, salt and pepper, and that's it. And literally,
Nice.
you want to bring to the boil and then reduce down for about 45 minutes.
So this is absolutely a dish you can you prep this like the day before?
The sauce you can prep the day before, you can slice your brinjals the day before, and you can grate your cheese. Like those elements, if you have time the day before, do that, because then you like everything's ready, you know?
Got you.
I do like to cook the brinjals fresh and then layer them though.
Right, I understand that. Can I turn the oil down a
Yeah,
little
I feel
bit?
like they're gonna like sizzle.
There we go.
There we go.
So I like the tip of actually doing the brinjals before, as close
Yeah.
to assembly as
Yes.
possible.
Oh, a lot of people also do ask with the brinjal. A lot of people think, should I salt it before, you know, with getting out the water? You can if you have the time to. I personally don't. You just brush a little bit of extra olive oil on it. Brush it, that's if you put it in the oven. Sorry, that's what I want to say. If you wanted to make this slightly lighter, you can do your brinjals in the oven as well.
I do
so
like
you kind of,
that.
yeah, lay it with some parchment paper, brush it with a bit of oil, and then kind of pop it in the
I
oven.
love it. At home, don't forget to send us your voice notes. If you have any questions for Gabby on anything festive related,
Please do.
can we ask you about your Christmas decor as well? Can people ask that?
I mean, they're welcome to. We actually aren't going to my house this year. We're going to my aunt and uncle's house.
Okay.
So I can't I'm not really in charge of Christmas decor.
Okay, so, but at home,
But
if you
you
have
can-
set up already, please let us know. Send us your pictures. We want to see what's happening in your festive home. Send us your voice notes as well. Gabby, I'm loving this. So when do we start assembling?
So basically, because we've already got our cooked brinjal, just for the sake of time, you've now fried your brinjal. You're going to get that nice, beautiful golden color. And also, obviously, our tomato, I still would like to cook longer, but again, sake of time, I'm going to use this now.
Can I add some of the brinjal to the oil salon?
Please do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that just to show people how you fry it.
Because-
I'm also going to start our layering, though, over here.
So because they absorb quite a lot of oil, do we keep on topping up as we go along if it does run a bit dry?
If it does run dry, yeah, because they do soak, as you said, quite a lot.
I like this. This is the part where like you got to clear the kids from the kitchen.
Yeah, because this gets quite hectic. But now this is quite like the fun part. So I always start with my baking dish. I always put just a little bit of the passata at the bottom, just so that the brinjals don't stick. So you've got a little bit of our passata. Just to do your base. Then we're gonna grab our layers of brinjal. You can do it straight, you can do it in a little. You basically just want to cover your whole surface area.
So rustic is okay as long as we're covering the surface
Absolutely,
area.
ugh, rustic is fine. At the end of the day, it's all like a million layers. I feel like what I'm doing right now is not going to work.
Is that what melanzane means?
Sorry?
Is that what melanzane means?
No, melanzane means brinjal or aubergine. And
I thought-
parmigiana is obviously the tomato element.
I thought I was like being so smart there. But wait, we've got a social media question.
Ooh,
Daphne, how are you doing? Daphne says, hi, chef, how are you doing? Can I have a creamy garlic recipe for prawns? Have you got one?
do I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So basically, you kind of fry off the garlic lightly, and then, the thing is with prawns, you want it to cook very fast, so you kind of then, have your garlic, I'm feeling on the spot here, your garlic.
Right over there. Talk to Daphne.
Okay, so Daphne, the biggest thing with garlic prawns is you don't want to overcook your garlic and you do not want to overcook your prawns. So you're going to lightly fry your garlic, some beautiful parsley. I like to add that right then at the start with your garlic, and then you're going to kind of add your cream, bring it to a quick boil, then reduce down, taste it, season, salt and pepper. Again, it's all about taste, and you don't want it to overcook because you don't want your cream to get too thick. You want it to be nice and thin. Throw your prawns in, if you're especially using the baby prawns, for about a minute and a half, and you're done. That is it. Throw that in with a little bit of linguine.
Brilliant for on the spot, eh?
Thanks, guys.
Let's get more on the spot questions for Gabby. Also, one important thing about prawns, and it's going to happen quite a lot this festive season, if you need to defrost your prawns, don't put them in water. It's going to lose a lot of that seafoody flavor.
Oh, is that the reason for it? Actually, yeah.
Let them just thaw out naturally on the counter. Like, don't let prawns, crayfish, langoustines, all of it should never come in contact with water. As soon as it does, it starts losing all that flavor.
Ah, there you go.
What are you making for Christmas? What are you bringing to the table?
So I'm actually making those carrots that you made this morning.
It's delicious.
The harissa carrots. And then I am doing... What else am I doing? I can't remember. There was something else.
Well, you have
remember.
You have a chance to let us know when we come back for the next installment of Culinary Hotline Bling. If you want to get these recipes, check out expressoshow.com. Gabby, this is looking amazing. We're going to get this baking, and we'll have it when we come back in the third part.
Perfect.
Yes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the third and last Culinary Hotline segment of the year. Can we get a very sad ting, ting, ting? It's the last Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. You guys did that really well. That's actually shocking. Okay, but Gabby, why am I wearing doctor's gloves?
I don't know.
I was told to put it on for this next segment. What are we making?
We're making a beautiful amaretto cheesecake. Oh, that's why, for the base. You're wearing the gloves for the base, because you're going to press down with your fingers.
Okay,
I'm
nice.
assuming.
Okay, so talk me through an amaretto cheesecake. Cheesecake, everybody loves, and this is a baked cheesecake.
This is a baked cheesecake.
And it's amaretto flavored.
So we'll be actually making the base. We'll be actually using some ground almonds for a bit of your almond texture. The cheesecake is a bit of a very lemony zest, and then it's topped with an amaretto cherries. That's where the whole vibe comes in.
Yes.
That's festive vibe.
Yes.
So today with our cheesecake, I'm taking it away from the biscuits. I'm sorry, we are making...
It's okay.
I'm just like, I'm over the biscuit base. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Like, it's been done. Whereas this is just more, gets the cheesecake flavor to sing, not just like coconut biscuits, you know what I mean? Like, something different.
All right.
So we're gonna start with that, which is essentially our flour, a little bit of sugar, and our butter, obviously.
Sure thing. I just got told in my ear now we have a voice note, apparently
note.
from one of your biggest fans.
My biggest fan. I have a fan.
Let's have a listen to the voice note.
I've heard that next to Gabby's dad, I've heard that her husband is her biggest cooking inspiration. Is this true?
Also, this is my husband calling.
That was GP St. Georgia, and yes, it's Gabby's husband. Talk us through GP in the kitchen. Let's talk about that.
GP can make an excellent slice of toast. And that is, actually, to be fair, he does do a good chicken on the braai, which is pre-marinated, probably from Woolies.
GP, thank you for the voice note. But besides your dad, let's talk about actually who does inspire you.
No, I must say, my dad. My dad is an amazing chef, and so is my uncle. Like, working with him at Giovanni's has just been such a rewarding opportunity, and just, they are amazing. Like, their work ethic, their staff, like, it's just everything about them, and they just cook beautifully, and always just from the heart. And I guess if I had to say someone international, it would be obviously Ottolenghi, because he is like, you know, the king of cooking.
Absolutely.
And obviously you too, Clem.
Stop. We're going to make Giovanni very, very emotional again. But honestly, spending weekends away and just cooking with that man. Oh my goodness, your dad is amazing. Absolutely. Okay, let's get started. GP, I love that voice note. You do inspire us. You do inspire us, absolutely. There's no one that can put a spreadsheet together.
Actually, yeah.
That man.
To be fair.
GP.
On Excel,
On Excel, yes. Let's get cooking. Okay.
So do you want to do the base for me, which is literally our flour, butter, ground almonds, and sugar. You're literally going to almost crumble that together with your fingers. That's where the gloves come in. And then you're going to just patter that down for me.
Love, love.
Okay, so now our cheesecake. A lot of people always worry about the cracking. This is why we have a topping. I know that sounds
yes,
cheeky,
no,
but I
it's a
mean,
good idea.
it's too stressful to worry about that. Also, a big tip would be is keep all your ingredients at room temperature. When you're having something that's like too cold and then warm and all these weird things, that also creates a bit of friction from the science of baking. And the big thing also is not to overdo your eggs, because that creates too much air. For a normal cake, you want the air, but for a cheesecake, you don't, because then that's also the bubbles will then cause eventually the crack side of things.
Got you.
So we've got cream cheese, I've got ricotta, that's our base today. And also this cheesecake isn't too sweet either, which is really nice.
I like that, especially
Not too
because
sweet,
everything's
yeah.
quite rich on the day.
Yes,
So like a
exactly.
cheesecake that's not that sweet, I love.
And we've got, some sugar, and we've got a vanilla paste here. I love vanilla paste.
And I feel people don't, when people write recipes that say a teaspoon of vanilla, I'm like, no. It should be like a decent
a good
amount.
tablespoon. Sorry, I'm just getting the cream cheese off my hands. We're going to put that together. And then and also, some lemon zest. We love lemon zest. And a little bit of also lemon juice. But I'll just do the zest for now.
So cheesecakes are one of those desserts that you want to make ahead of time. So how far in advance can you make it?
You can make it the day before, or even 2 days before, to be fair, because you do leave it in the fridge. You just obviously still want it to be fresh. The cherries, however, you can also make the day before. You can actually make your cherries even a week before and just keep it in a sterilized jar. Just obviously don't top it on the cheesecake.
Got you.
Just as soon as you are there.
I feel like the gloves are holding me back.
I mean, listen, I won't judge. You can take them off.
I'm going to take it off because I feel like there's more cheesecake base on.
I feel like there's going to be flickers of cheese on you very soon. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's okay.
Ooh,
Gabby, I'm sorry. There's more cheesecake around. There's more base around this
It's okay.
thing.
It's okay. So yeah, literally with this recipe, I'm just putting this together until it is just combined. We don't want to overdo this, as mentioned earlier.
Because
Yeah.
why won't you want to do it? It's again potential to split, potential to like.
Yes, for the crack and just making it overdone.
So at home, if you're wondering what Gabby's talking about with the crack, it's when you take while your cheesecake is busy baking, you get that like little
The crack.
the crack in the middle of your
Yeah.
cheesecake. And we don't want that. But again, the way that you cover that up is literally by covering it up with your
I
cherry.
feel like there's so many jokes I could be saying right now about covering up a crack. but I'm
Graham's
just-
sitting at the back. He's such a naughty boy.
He's
honestly.
terrible.
Honestly. How long does this bake for? Because cheesecakes they take some time to bake.
Yeah.
Because you're going at a low heat, right?
Yeah, very low heat. And then also what I've got here is just a little bit of an extra binding agent. We've got a little bit of cornstarch. I'm adding just a dash of water to make a bit of a paste. And then I'm going to add that through. Just a little, makes it almost like a glandular paste vibe,
And that's just to help it set.
just to help it set a little bit.
I love this.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of cornstarch.
I feel like the
Just do
cheesecake's
that.
also a really great dessert to do with the festive season because it's rich in
pretty.
its sense, so you don't need a lot of it, so it
No.
feeds a lot of people, which I do like. Especially if you are going to be having a lot of people over for the festive season.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And you do it quite, like it's the big family, the whole family comes over, right?
No, it's a whole thing. I think we've got like 25 people or something.
And talk
It's
me through the
quite
day,
large.
what time does it start?
So, I mean, it's, the nonnas all want to like eat by like 12:30. Whereas I'm like, it's like an off day for me with the kids. The kids have a nap time. I'm like, keep it calm. And then, we usually eat like 1 o'clock. And then the whole day is just about like eating and just
It is.
relaxing.
It
And,
is.
for me, Christmas now is about the children, right? Opening presents,
No, I
all
want
those
to be
things.
a kid forever then,
You know?
man. Because I know as you grow older, you're like, as an adult, you don't get presents.
Yeah, we do it for the children now,
Do you put out the cookies for Santa, though, the milk and the cookies?
So we haven't done that yet, to be fair. It's our first year we're doing that. Because
Okay.
Gaia didn't really not understand, but she was too young for it. So
now
this year we're doing the whole Santa cookies.
I do like that idea. I think I'm going to do it at home, just for the sake of doing it at home. The cookies and
just
the...
for-
I mean, the milk might have a little bit of something in there, maybe like a little bit of a milk hot toddy vibe.
Yeah, a little bit of something.
Why not?
Why not?
I'll be Father Christmas and then just go down and like, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Nothing
I
wrong
do
with
like
that.
it. Can I pour this over the base?
Please do, please do. And don't worry about the little bit of the lumps because that cheese will melt. That is
Of
a little
course.
bit quite lumpy. I would have actually blended that a little bit more. I just wanted to get onto the cherries. But if there's a couple of lumps, the cheese will kind of disintegrate. And after you're done that, Clem, just give it a bit of a tap just to remove any air bubbles. And basically what I've got here is I've got our cherries with our sugar, dash of water, and our almond liqueur, amaretto, whatever you're using for your...
Lovely. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab this beautiful cheesecake over here and bring it to the center. And then I'm gonna call your bestie in.
My bestie.
I'm gonna bring her in. I'm gonna offer her a slice of this cheese. Can I actually slice into it?
Absolutely. Oh, that looks...
You did.
This is the time that I love to show up in the kitchen.
Yes.
Like the styling's been done and now it's
Everything's
time
been
to
done
eat.
for
Yeah. Oh, with a gold fork.
With a gold fork. And
I
I
mean,
can actually feed you.
Okay.
Wanna try this? Also, I'm actually gonna remove the slice because I want to see the inside because this texture is beautiful.
Yeah, it's very nice and light.
And I'm not
too
just
sweet.
biased because this is my best friend and my husband, but oh, wow.
Good.
So good. Also, you were talking about the natural crack. I think that that's a way for you to actually just divide the cake.
Stop it, Graham. Graham is still chuckling like a little boy in the background. Yeah, covering it up is a great way to do that. I do honestly like it. I also do like you get a bit of color on the outside and that adds so much flavor to the
Yes.
cheesecake at the end. People get very shy, like they shy away from adding color
Yes.
to the cheesecake. I think that's the one, absolutely. And we want to know about your, like, you haven't sent us more pictures. We want to talk about more of them. Send us pictures of your beautiful Christmas trees, your Christmas decorations. We want to see them all. Send us voice notes. We want to hear what you're planning on the day. We've gone through all we're eating on the day, so definitely let us know, absolutely. If you want to get this recipe, don't forget to check it out on expressoshow.com. Gabby, it's absolutely amazing. Oh, wait, we did get some pictures. Let's go through some of the pictures on social media. Okay, let's see some of those pictures. Oh, that looks familiar. Oh, that looks so familiar. So, Meg, tell us what that is. I love that.
I actually have these baubles on our tree that I've created little memory capsules. So this was a couple of years ago when I think we just started dating. This was about 2 years.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. This was about 2 or 3 years into us dating.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay. Let's see, do we have any more images there?
And
Yes.
that is
That's now, right?
yes, that is.
How did you guys get these pictures? Who is in my house right now?
I have the WhatsApp line.
Oh.
Just, you know.
Yes, you
I've been
did.
listening.
Yes, you did. Oh, that's when we actually got engaged. That's
Yes,
when
that
everybody
was
engaged.
our
I love that. I like when you kind of add the personal touches to your Christmas tree and the little memories. I do like that as well.
Very
That
sweet.
is so cute. Oh, we've got another voice note on the line. I'm getting emotional. Let's listen to it.
Keepy.
Good morning, Expresso family. I just want to say, Chef Clem, you are my favorite cook. I love watching you cooking. You make it so easy for me. God bless and be safe.
Oh, that's my Christmas present right there. Thank you so much. I didn't get your name there, but thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I have serious competition.
My heart. You want to get these recipes? Go and check it out on expressoshow.com. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Meg.
Thank you,
Oh,
Kim.
that was
We've got an
amazing.
amazing spread to get through. We'll be back in the new year with the next installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting!